insects have the ability to remember a route from one birds, fish, or eat. Here are the facts. Memory is not unique to man, or even mammals. Birds, fish, and insects have the ability to remember a route from one place to another. Yet man is the only organism that writes these memories down, creating a physical depiction of the world. Through the centuries, these documents, maps, manuscripts, and art have become the milestones upon which we hang the stage curtain of history. While oral retellings are unreliable, the maps of bygone empires help historians construct a unified timeline of human progress. But there's a catch. Not all of these maps agree with conventional historical thought. In fact, some conspiracy theorists believe that ancient maps contradict the accepted version of history completely. Here's where it gets crazy. Discovered in 1929, the Piri Reis map dates back to 1513, when a Turkish admiral named Piri Reis created it, drawing on resources from the Imperial Library in Constantinople, now known as Istanbul. The point of interest here is the left half of the map. Reis claimed it was based on a compilation of other, older maps, some of which dated back to the 4th century BCE. Considering the time in which it was made, this map seems extraordinary. It shows the West African coastline and the eastern coast of South America. According to investigators like Dr. Charles Hapgood, the map also shows the northern shore of Antarctica with an unbelievable level of accuracy. Hapgood believed the Antarctic coast depicted in the Piri Reis map was devoid of ice at a time when Antarctica had been covered by glaciers for centuries. In fact, the last time the coast wasn't covered in ice was in 4000 BCE, far before history tells us that any cartographer ventured to the southernmost continent. Hapgood and others concluded that the Piri Reis map was either based on a map from an unknown ancient civilization, or our knowledge of Antarctica's climate was wrong. This isn't the only controversial map. French historians believe the Bosch map, Orontius Phineas map, Haji Ahmed, and others contradict mainstream historians. Whether conspiracists argue that the maps show advanced mathematical principles, incongruous cartography, or previously unknown geography, it all boils down to one argument: that ancient map makers knew more about the world than we assume, and this knowledge was lost, only to be rediscovered centuries later. You can see where this is headed. Conspiracy theorists like Graham Hancock and Eric von Daniken argue that these documents are evidence of earlier advanced civilizations omitted from modern textbooks. Mythical, lost civilizations like Shangri-La, Lemuria, or, of course, Atlantis. How do these claims hold up? Mainstream academia has rejected each of these maps. The supposedly Antarctic coastline of the Piri Reis map has been found to be an error of interpretation. In fact, it shows the eastern coast of South America twisted by the projection. The Bosch map doesn't stand up to scientific analysis, and skeptics have dismissed most of the wilder claims about these maps. Skeptics say that French historians cherry-pick data to find evidence agreeing with their initial beliefs. In other words, seeing what they believe and ignoring the rest. Yet conspiracy theorists aren't the only guilty historians. Political and social concerns often obscure the truth. After all, it took thousands of years for humans to agree that Earth orbits the sun. So where does this leave us? Skeptics say that scholars have bent the rules to build their own interpretations of history. But many conspiracy theorists still believe these ancient maps are reliable, and they say that mainstream academics are the ones who refuse to look at the facts. As Winston Churchill said, "History is written by the victors." What will the future think of these maps? Will they be considered frauds or curiosities, or just maybe the truth?